Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now, let's jump straight into the TA. Taking a look at the daily chart on Theta, as you can see, we have a Fibonacci retracement on the chart with the swing high printed back in April 2021 and the swing low printed in July of 2021. Now we broke below the first fib level here and we started retracing back down way below our 1.618 technical target. We went as low as the second fib level, which is in fact our capitulation target after the 1.618. So this is what we typically target if we go lower than the 1.618. We drop down there and now we're seeing a retracement to the upside. $1.39 is our major resistance level here to break, as well as the white trend line or the pink trend line that we have here. Also, I just want to bring back the white resistance trend line. There we go. And actually, we do have it on the other Binance weekly chart, so we'll remove it for now. So we also had a falling wedge pattern here. We're breaking out of that, as you can see. And I want to draw your attention to this support block, which is set up from the swing high that we printed back in October of 2020 and the swing low that we printed in November of the same year. Now that little trading range created this support block here between 77.5 cents and 55 cents. And we have just come back down to retest that in December last year. And from there we saw it bounce. So effectively what happened here is that we saw a massive breakout here in 2021, and we never came back down to back test this level as support. And that is exactly what we are doing right now. It's just that it just took a longer, right? This played out over a longer period of time, because typically when you have a resistance level, okay, you have a resistance level and you are breaking above that resistance, you typically come back down to back test it as support. And when you're looking at a smaller time frame like for example, the 4-hourly, the 6-hourly, or the hourly, that typically plays out pretty quickly where you have the back test and you continue with the trend, if the trend is bullish, obviously. But on a daily chart, let's say on the weekly, this can take a very long time. For example, like we just witnessed here, we broke out in January of 2021 or in December 2020, and we only came back down to retest it in January of 2023. So it just took a longer period of time for us to come back down to that level until we start bouncing to the upside once again. So that is exactly what we're going through right here. There is a possibility we can come back down to this support block if we see a flash crash, if we have any bearish news. The Silvergate potential bankruptcy is going to be a major thing to pay attention to. The US debt ceiling is going to be very important. The war in Ukraine, China reopening, all of these factors can affect the markets in different ways. So we have to be ready for every single possible outcome, and only that way you are going to be, or rather you increase your chances of being successful that way. Because if you're sitting down here right now at, let's say, $1, right? You're sitting at $1 on Theta and you're saying, well, I'm going to be putting all of my money into Theta once we reach this exact support level at 55 cents. And let's say we do start pulling back down, but we pull back down to 60 cents. And from there, we immediately start pumping, just like the way we started pumping over here, as you can see once we saw the breakout. So imagine that happened. We started pumping, okay? And you're still here waiting for that 55 cents. You're just stuck there with your cash. You're missing out on all of these gains. Every single coin is pumping, and you're there waiting and expecting, or just waiting for the next bear market or whatever. So to avoid that, you start buying when it's very cheap, and it's very cheap because you compare it to where the price has been previously. To the you compare. Or for example, you take a look at the pullback. We've seen a 95% pullback on Theta. Since then, we've only seen a 69% move to the upside from this local low. So this is not that much. And we already pulled back down, let's say, what's that, 20%. Potentially, you could go lower. So back testing these support levels is going to be important, and dollar cost averaging at those levels is as important, because if you want to be ready for the next bull market, you should be building your positions and you should be dollar cost averaging. That's not a financial advice. That is just what I think. So I would say anything below $1 is a very good area to start building a strong theta position. Now, based off of this Fibonacci retracement, we have a major resistance level at $1.89, $1.39.5. Those are our long-term resistance levels, and hopefully we don't come back down into the falling wedge. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, you can see that we're pulling back down below the support trend lines here. They may come up as resistance trend lines later on, so I will keep them on the chart, and we are looking to pull back down to this this green support block. Let me just change those to white, because I don't like the lower band and the upper band as black. There we go, because it looks weird and gets messed up on the video editing software. So the support block here from 34.8 down to 27 is very important, because every single time you went down there, you saw a move to the upside. So this is a good opportunity to make some money short term. At some point, we're going to start moving towards the upside, so you don't want to miss the boat. I'm just saying the Bitcoin halving is moving up, and it's getting closer day by day. And I think we still have time to build strong positions. So let's say you still haven't bought anything, you still have time. These are great prices to be dollar cost averaging at. Never buy all in, obviously, but you could still have some money left in case we see a stronger pullback. So that's what I have for the daily chart. Let's quickly switch over to the Binance website. Taking a look at the weekly, as you can see, we broke out of the falling wedge, and now we've ran into this resistance level, or resistance block, that was previously our support, from $1.55 down to $1.08, and now we're pulling back down. So I would say back testing the pink resistance trend line is going to be very important, because that was a major resistance level since November of 2021. We back tested it as resistance in April, and we broke above it here in January this year. So hopefully we don't come below it. And if we do indeed come below it, then you could be targeting 73 cents here. That is the bottom that we printed here in January. So it is going to be a very good entry point. So that is also based off of this trading range as well. And if we jump into the weekly RSI, you can see that we broke out of this channel down pattern, and we are potentially going to be coming back down and retesting either one of these pink trend lines. These are going to be very good entry points. And yeah, try to draw this out on your chart, just so you have this 24/7 on your chart. You don't have to come back to this video every single time to look up the RSI chart or whatever. Taking a look at the volume candles, things aren't looking that good. It's just normal volume candles, nothing too special for Theta. And stochastic is starting to move to the upside here from the oversold. That's okay. The Theta bullish cross on the MACD was a really good sign to start dollar cost averaging, because in 5 months we were sitting at at an all-time low basically for this bear market, and you got the bearish cross in July effectively, and since July we actually pulled back down 41%. So if you were trading based on the MACD only, you would have been at a loss in January, and you're pretty much went up to the exact same prices we were sitting at back in July. So you have to combine the MACD with other indicators. So that is pretty much everything. If I just, in case some of you need or want to see long-term targets, what the possibilities are. So if we assume that Theta is going to be bullish the next bull market, if we assume nothing bad is going to happen with the project and the team keeps on building, which I'm sure they will, we are potentially looking at $76 per token, which is the 1.618 target here. As you can see, this is our technical target. If we break above that, that's what we are looking for. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to see you in the next update, and have a great day. Bye.